You think you could talk to me like that?
Sir.
Did you just see that? He tried to rip her uniform. The words echoed across the diner, bouncing between the clinking of coffee cups and the sudden hush of voices. A room once alive with chatter now froze, every pair of eyes locked on the corner. Booth got there. A man in expensive suit leaned back smugly, his entourage chuckling around him. His name was Charles Whitmore, millionaire investor, known across the city for his arrogance. To him, everything was a game. Money bought attention, power fed his ego, and humiliation of others was just another way to remind the world of his status. But this time, his cruel joke had crossed the line, because the target of his mockery was not just any waitress. She was Alana Pierce. Charles had strutted into the diner with his usual arrogance, barking for service like the staff were beneath him. When Alana approached, her hair pulled back, uniform crisp, smile polite, he smirked. "What's on the menu?" "Hopefully better than what you're wearing," he sneered, tugging at the fabric of her sleeve. His friends burst into laughter, their voices rising above the clatter of dishes. Some customers looked down, uncomfortable, unwilling to get involved. Others raised phones, recording what they thought would be another viral video of the powerful mocking the powerless. But in that moment, Charles's arrogant hand revealed something he never expected. As the sleeve slipped, ink glimmered beneath the fluorescent lights. A tattoo, sharp, bold, unmistakable. The laughter died. It wasn't a flower. It wasn't art for fashion. It was the trident of the United States Navy SEALs, an eagle clutching a pistol and anchor, the emblem of one of the world's most elite fighting forces. Gasps rippled through the diner. Forks froze midair. Even the laughter of Charles's entourage faltered, because that tattoo was not a decoration. It was a declaration, a mark earned only through grueling years of training, sacrifice, and survival, and it was inked on the arm of the very woman Charles had tried to humiliate. To the diners, Alana had always been quiet, efficient, hardworking. But few knew her past. She had enlisted at 19, leaving behind a childhood of hardship. Nights when her family went hungry had forged her strength. The streets that tried to pull her down only fueled her determination to rise. In the Navy, she became steel. Grueling boot camps tested her, but never broke her. She pushed through pain, through failure, through nights so cold and brutal that only a handful of recruits made it out. Alana did. And not only did she make it, she excelled. Her unit respected her. Her superiors trusted her. And on missions most couldn't imagine, she proved herself time and again, but war leaves scars. A blast overseas took brothers in arms she considered family. She returned home alive, but carrying weight heavier than any medal. Alana didn't want recognition. She wanted quiet. She found it in a small-town diner where the smell of coffee and the hum of everyday life dulled the echoes of the past. Until Charles Whitmore yanked at her sleeve and revealed the mark of her sacrifice. Charles laughed nervously, trying to shake off the silence. So what? A tattoo? You think that makes you special? But before Alana could reply, a man from the back booth stood. His hair was gray, his hands trembling as he leaned on his cane. His voice cracked with emotion. "I served 20 years, he said, his eyes locked on Alana's arm. "That tattoo, it belongs to warriors, to heroes, to people who gave everything." Murmurs filled the room. Another voice spoke up, a middle-aged woman with tears in her eyes. "My son, he never came home. He had that tattoo." Charles's face paled. His entourage shifted uncomfortably. The customers who had once stayed silent now stood, their respect pouring toward Alana. She hadn't asked for this. She hadn't wanted the spotlight. But as dozens of eyes pressed on her, Alana lifted her chin. Her voice was calm, firm, unshakable. "You tried to strip me of dignity," she said, her words aimed at Charles. "But you don't understand the weight of this ink. It's not a fashion choice. It's a reminder of nights on foreign soil, of comrades I buried, of strength that comes from sacrifice, not money. The diner erupted in applause. Some clapped. Others stood in reverent silence, their respect louder than any cheer. Charles sat frozen, his smirk gone, his power shattered. He tossed cash on the table and stormed out, his expensive shoes echoing against the floor. His entourage, red face, scrambled behind him, but Alana didn't bask in the humiliation of the millionaire. Instead, she went back to work, refilling cups, delivering plates. Her movement steady as always, because her strength didn't come from victory over Charles. It came from knowing she had survived worse, endured more, and stood taller than anyone. Expected. Word of the event spread. The video, meant to humiliate her, went viral in a different way. Headlines read, "Millionaire mock waitress tattoo reveals she's a Navy SEAL veteran. Veterans reached out. Strangers sent letters of gratitude." The diner filled with customers who wanted not just food, but the honor of meeting her. Yet Alana remained the same. Humble, quiet, choosing peace over glory. But for those who had seen that day, she became a living reminder that respect cannot be bought, that dignity cannot be mocked, that sometimes the strongest people wear the simplest uniforms.